You've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
We're back tonight on the Rural Radio Network as we get set for West Nebraska All-Star football game coverage here in Scottsbluff at Bearcat Stadium. Time to catch up with the East head coach. He's from Elm Creek High School, Jace Doolin. Coach A, great to have you out here. B, what about you and your staff? What have you guys kind of decided is the goal for this week and what this week needs to mean for everyone?
Just getting these kids out here. You want them to have fun, but they also want to win the football game. The kids are competitive. They're around in the dorms. They're around the other kids. They're around the West squad. They intermix. They go to the movie theater together. So throughout the week, they kind of create this rivalry and this competitiveness. And so at the end, you want to win the football game on Saturday, but you do want to intermix that to have fun. You want these kids to build relationships that some of these kids are going to go play football at the next level, and they might be playing with kids on our team, kids on their team, or the other kids, it's their last football game that they'll ever play the rest of their lives. So you want them to create those memories that'll last forever too.
How have you handled the heat as far as practice is concerned, and then what do you do here for game night as far as handling the temperatures?
It's been a pretty hot week. It's one of those in practice that you kind of got to manage, get the kids a lot of water. Some of these kids haven't done anything maybe since football, since winter sport, or some kids have been in track and they're in decent shape, but you just make sure they get plenty of water. We got a nice couple extra days this year, a couple extra practices. So when you build your practice schedules, you kind of build that extra time in there just to make sure the kids get plenty of water out here. It's been 95 all week, and it's something that you're not really used to managing other than maybe August in camp, but football's played all season, so just happy to be out here with the ability to play football.
Now, as an 8-man head coach during the high school season, what's the adjustment like for you for the 11-man game? Is it very much, being that it's an all-star game and you got some coaches with you, I'm sure, that help out?
I relied on a couple coaches, and Coach Barry from McCook. I'm originally from McCook, so I know their system pretty well. For our kids coming up from Elm Creek, the terminology and the language that they're hearing is the same, so there's a little easier adaptation for our kids at Elm Creek. But as coaching-wise, I played 11-man in high school and college, so I'm familiar with it. It's more of getting the 8-man kids adjusted to 11-man game.
Now, what kind of style can fans expect from the East team tonight?
We're gonna run the football to set up the pass. We got a bunch of athletes on our team, so we want to get them the ball. So it's not going to be heavy run, but we're definitely going to set up the run first, just to set up the pass. It's one of those that we got a two-headed backfield in Xavier Perez and Alex Ramos in the backfield that can do some special things. But then again, Carter Bowes at quarterback is a dual threat quarterback that he can make some plays on his feet and with his arm.
Coach, appreciate the time. Have some fun tonight. Best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
May is National Electrical Safety Month. Accidents and fires involving electricity result in more than 1,000 deaths and tens of thousands of injuries every year. The majority of those tragedies could be prevented with greater awareness of how to stay safe. Start by involving children by inviting them to visit safeelectricity.org. So let's all do our part to learn more about electrical safety during the month of May. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your Touchstone Energy partner, the power of human connections.
All right, we're back tonight on the Rural Radio Network. We got TV coverage, radio as well. West Nebraska All-Star football game from Bearcat Stadium here in Scottsbluff. Time to catch up with West head coach, the head man, longtime head coach up at Chadron High School, Mike Gletcher. Coach, great to have you in town this week. I know when we spoke earlier this week, you were like, well, no matter what the outcome tonight is, it's going to be a better outcome than last year's game that got canceled. So we're all looking forward to football tonight. Let me first ask you about your staff. Who do you have with you, and what are they bringing to the table for you this week?
Well, this year, two guys that were with us last year. Coach Leonard's from Chase County. I think this is the fifth time that he's been up here as an all-star coach, whether head coach or assistant. Vast amount of knowledge. Coach Chad Dorman from Garden County. I think his second time being up here. Brings a lot for the coverage part of it and just experience. And then I brought John McLean with me, who 10 or 11 years ago was here as a player, set numerous records. He's been one of my assistants for 6 years, earned the right to coach in this game, and is moving on to Boys Town actually a couple weeks after we get out of camp.
What's losing Coach McLean up at Chadron High School mean for the school and athletics? Has done a great job with the girls basketball program, so I got to imagine that's a loss you're not all that thrilled about.
Not thrilled at all. I'm glad for him. He wants to do something different, and I support that. John's been with us, obviously, as head coach all through his high school career. He ref basketball with us all around the Panhandle and so forth, so he's earned the right to go try to do something different. Yes, it's a huge loss for our school, not only with the athletics, but just everything. He'll take tickets, he'll do anything that the school needs done. That's just the way his family is.
Yeah, we loved having Jake here at Scottsbluff High School for a few years, coaching all that tremendous defensive talent. So, the McLeans have been outstanding for Western Nebraska and the Panhandle. Let's talk about the heat this week, Coach. It's been pretty sweltering. So how have you handled it with practice, and how do you handle it for game night tonight?
We're only going full pads for maybe 20 minutes of practice. Our water breaks are extended from 5 minutes out to 10, shortened up a couple practices, and so we're not going to get the kids in shape in a week. It is what it is, and we'll just have to rotate a lot during the game. What
about style-wise? What can fans expect tonight as far as the West team on the offensive side? What are you planning on doing?
Well, we know we have real capable running backs, and so might go against the grain of Coach Gletcher. We might be running the ball a lot this evening, so I think you'll see some trick plays. You'll see some of that stuff going on. So, but we've got some really good speed running backs, and we're going to utilize those guys.
What type of career do you think Rylan Awayo can put together up at Chadron State once he gets on campus? Physical runner, a lot of those innate skills you really can't teach, just vision and natural running ability.
Well, I think that he has a chance to be a good RMAC player. Things have changed so much in the RMAC in the last 10 years that he'll have to go in and work hard, probably put on another 10 pounds of muscle. He's a very intelligent kid. I understand he's a valedictorian of his class and so forth, so he'll be well liked by the coaches. He'll obviously get a good recommendation from me to the coaches because I'm friends with them, and so I really look forward to him being up there, and I hope he makes it to all 5 years.
What's it like coaching all these all-star kids? Many of you watch on film throughout the year, I'm sure.
Oh, we have, and a few surprises out of the 8-man and 6-man guys, which that's really good because so many schools west of North Platte have had to drop from 11 down to 8 and 8 down to 6. So we're getting those kids, the formations and so forth are new to them. And that didn't used to be the case here at the All-Star Game. So there's more of a learning curve going on, but the players are still good players.
And these guys are all stars for a reason. They're all winners. So come, at some point tonight, well, obviously, once the ball's kicked off, all the fun and making friendships from the week, yeah, that's nice, but all stars want to win.
And that's when you hope the instinct to win kicks in, and that's what we will hope for this evening.
Coach, I appreciate it. Have some fun out here tonight with your fellows, and best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll come back with more kickoff approaching on the Rural Radio Network.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease.
New looks.
You might not know that.
Eddiville Miller, 6'3", 265, and that brings up a 3rd down and 5 situation. Hill, the starting quarterback from Scottsbluff. We've mentioned Ohio. Also in the backfield, we're going to see plenty of, I mentioned Diaz and also Cole Fessler. Starting offensive line, Tony Mokiak, 6'4", 300 from Scottsbluff. Brayton Brannick from Sandhills Thedford, 6'1", 275. From Scottsbluff, Tyler Smith. He's snapping the football. The center getting the start tonight. They'll send a man in motion. That's Servando Diaz. It's Diaz around the left corner. He'll turn the corner. 1st down yardage. That'll be a gain of 9 out to the 44-yard line. Diaz picks up a gain of 9, and that'll move the chains for the West team. Rounding out that offensive line, Brady Newkirk, Bridgeport High School, 6'1", 230, and Mario Garza from Alliance at 6'3", 275. Zach Burke, a receiver at 6'2", 170. We'll see Ty Money from Sutherland and also Paxton's Dane Storr. It is 10:20 to go here in the opening quarter. Again, 12-minute quarters tonight instead of 15, which is the normal custom for our West Nebraska All-Star game. Scoreless opening drive of the night. West football, and we're going to get a whistle and a flag flies. So illegal formation called against the defense. They've got special all-star rules, so I think you can only have so many people in or around the line of scrimmage in that box area, and so that's going to be a bit of an adjustment for both defensive units here tonight. I mean, everybody a little bit antsy, wanting to creep up towards the line of scrimmage and make a play. So a free 5 for the West team.
Yeah, it looks like that strong safety was cheating down a little bit, wanting to get his nose in the action there.
2 minutes gone by. They'll bring Ohio in motion. Snap gets away from Hill. Hill tracks it down, but he'll lose on the play 4-5 yards. They'll put him back at the 39-yard line. So a loss of 5, and that'll set up 1st down and 15. Or excuse me, a loss of 10, 1st and 15 from 1st and 5. We mentioned Hill, run-heavy offense with Scottsbluff, threw for over 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Also had 263 yards rushing on the year with 4 touchdowns. He's under center. He's got an I formation behind him. And the handoff goes to Ohio from Mitchell for a gain of 1 just across the 40. And that'll set up a 3rd down and long situation of around 14 yards. Servando Diaz comes back into the ball game. And Sawyer Haig from Shadron, serving as the fullback on this opening drive, comes to the near sideline. Mike Gletcher, the head coach for the West. Jace Doolin, newly appointed head coach for Cozad here tonight, representing Elm Creek High School. Trips to the right. Ball between the hash marks. Snap to Hill. He'll look right. He'll fire. And on the catch is Zach Burke from Sidney. And he's able to turn it upfield, get it across the East 45 down to the 44. So a gain of 16 on the passing play on 3rd and long, and a moving the chains type effort right there for the West.
Great strike by Brett Hill there. A little hitch route. We used to call that play smash. Trips right, and they delivered a heck of a ball there.
Right on time. Hit the back foot on the drop. Got the got rid of the football, and the West is in plus territory here at the East 44-yard line. The toss goes to Servando Diaz. Diaz from Dundee County Stratton with little to no gain on the play. They'll give him one. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Adam, 90 degrees at kickoff, and we're talking about rosters that 30, 31 kids depending on the sideline here, so not a lot of depth to go around and a hot evening to contend with.
Yeah, it sure is, and this year the 90-degree weather came really quickly, so not a lot of time to adjust with the spring.
2nd down and 9, 7:35 to play. Ohio on the carry, cuts it back at around the 40. Pad level, forward, and falls forward for an extra yard or two down to around the 33-yard line. And that'll move the chains. Another 1st down here on this opening possession of the night for the West team.
Diaz really opened that play up. The West has really ran a few of those jet sweeps with Diaz, and this time some misdirection to Aguayo right up the middle, and it fooled me up here.
Trips out to the right. Middle slot receiver is Diaz, and that's Haig to the right of Hill. Hill in the gun. Little shovel pass. They flip it to Sawyer Haig from Shadron. Tackled on the play by Connor Schutz from Highline, 6'2", 190. Schutz makes the stop for the East team. It is 2nd down and 9, 6:50 to play in the opening quarter.
Great eye discipline by the middle linebacker there. Didn't lose his man in coverage, and because those shovel passes, sometimes it's easy to lose those receivers in the trenches.
Your starters tonight defensively, we'll get to that after this next snap of the football. 2nd down and 9, 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Hill in the gun. 4 receivers set. They'll hand it off to Servando Diaz, and Diaz, he tried to turn it upfield. He got met by Trenton DeFruiter from Medicine Valley, 6'3", 210, and he had everything. He had all 210 behind that stop.
He sure did, and Diaz, not a huge guy, a bit of a speedster. He felt that one.
5'8", 160. It's Riley Baker from Gothenburg. Carson Rohde, mentioned him earlier. Sumner Eddyville Miller. Cameron Sutherland from North Platte. And Trayton White from North Platte St. Pat's along the defensive line. Linebackers, Connor Schutz, Trenton DeFruiter from Med Valley. Owen Geiken from Gothenburg. And Alex Davies from North Platte St. Pat's, the linebacking core. Under center, Hill. Play action pass. He'll roll it out to his right and trying to connect with Bridgeport's Cole Fessler. Mason Schmoker was there defensively from McCook, and also Alex Davies from North Platte St. Pat's from an outside backer spot, dropping into coverage. The secondary from Lexington, Harold Pineda. From Highline, Cody Keller. And we mentioned McCook's Mason Schmoker. That's your starting 11 defensively for the East team here this evening. 5:39 to play here in the opening quarter. And it is 4th down and 9. The West looks like they're going to go for it here. Line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line. Hill in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Look right. He'll go that direction. And the pass is intended for Rylan Awayo, a little bit behind him, and there with the coverage was Alex Davies. So, couple of first downs on the opening drive of the night for the West team, but then the East defense stands tall. They get the stop on 4th down, and that'll do it for our opening possession of the night for the West All-Stars. That'll bring the East out. And again, head coach is Jace Doolin. Starting quarterback tonight from Southern Valley is Carter Bowes. He threw for over 1,800 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Lining up in the backfield is Alec Langen. And running off tackle from Lexington is Alex Ramos, 5'9", 175. He had 8 rushing touchdowns on the year. That'll be a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Offensive line for the East offense, Isaiah Weimers from McCook, Torrington Ford from McCook, Noah Converse of Lexington, Cambridge's Kyle Borland, and from North Platte High School, Eddie Hatch. Alec Langen, the fullback, a bruiser from McCook. Under center, Bowes. They're going to run some play action. Bowes plants the back foot, airs one out, down the right, hash mark, Alex Galindo of Scottsbluff in coverage, but making the catch down at around the 21-yard line A gain of 45 yards on the play. I believe on the catch that time, making the snag was Jacob Engel of Cozad, goes 6'4", 185. No, check that. That was Clayton Berry from Southern Valley, 6'2", 175, who had over 900 yards receiving this past season, making the grab against Alex Galindo. And now I believe we're going to have a false start. I believe I saw an official. What do we have here? Now they're talking to Galindo, maybe an equipment situation.
Looks like maybe another illegal formation.
Creeping up too close to the line of scrimmage for the Scottsbluff High School cornerback. So that'll cost the West 5 yards. Make it 1st and 5 now for the East, and they hit the first real big pass play of the night. Beautiful ball from Bose.
And Clayton Berry ran an incredible route there. He had him beat after the first step.
1st and 5. Bose under center. He'll take the snap. They'll hand it off. Ramos from Lexington runs around the right side, cuts it back at around the 5, ducks into the end zone, and the opening drive of the night for the East All-Stars results in the touchdown run, a 16-yard scamper with 4:19 to play for Alex Ramos.
Boy, those two running backs that the East have there are just bruisers, aren't they? They run with a lot of power and a lot of speed.
And coming on to attempt the PAT for the East is Alex Davies from North Platte St. Pat's. Yeah, Ramos with the touchdown run, covering 16 yards, and the PAT is up and through the uprights. 4:19 to play. First quarter action from Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. 7-0 East, and we're back after this 1-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features. Colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens. Brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick with you here on a hot and steamy Saturday night in Scottsbluff, Nebraska for the 43rd edition of the West Nebraska All-Star Football Game. The East gets on the scoreboard first on an Alex Ramos 16-yard touchdown run. Ramos representing Lexington High School tonight. And a fairly quick drive there for the East after they got the 4-down stop defensively, and they will boot it away once again here with Davies. It was Ohio on the first kickoff return tonight. He's back deep once again along with Servando Diaz from Dundee County Stratton. 4:19 to play here in the first quarter. This kick's going to come down at around the 10-yard line. It's Ohio once again. He was dangerous on kick returns this past fall, and he is stopped cold once he hits the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the West.
Gosh, you're sure seeing a lot of really great form tackling out there after not that much practice for these guys. Been a while since they've played football. Really some good fundamental tackling and breaking down and getting the stop.
Feels like it's always the lost art in today's game,
sure
isn't it?
is.
Just proper tackling technique and being able to tackle in the open field. Ball between the hash marks. 1st and 10 for the West. 4:13 to play here in the first quarter. East in front, 7-0 on the Ramos touchdown run. Power I formation now for the West. The handoff goes to Ohio. Ducks it in inside the tight end right side, and he'll take it to the 34-yard line to pick up a 4. It'll set up 2nd down and 6.
We've seen some contrasting styles of offense so far. The West is really looking to pound the ball, and why the East has really aired it out.
Cameron Sutherland, the big cat along that defensive line, 5'11", 95 as he takes his defensive stance. That power I formation. They go right back to Ohio. Ohio across the 40 out to midfield. That'll be a gain of 16 yards to the 50-yard line for Ryland, Ohio.
Ohio, that was all vision on that run. The first seam, there was nothing there. He took a little step to the right and got upfield. He's such a joy to watch.
Trenton DeFruiter from Medicine Valley making the stop. But not until Ohio moves the chains for the West. East leading 7-0. Ball right hash. Power I is the look. Little counter action that time. Not a lot of running room. Cambridge's Ethan Sides was in on the stop. Also there once again, DeFruiter, who is got his nose around the football here early on the defensive side for the East All-Stars. We dip under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for the East.
DeFruiter had some incredible pursuit there down the line, out of position, and made a great tackle.
Hill takes the snap. It's Servando Diaz. And the tackle made by Alex Davies from North Platte St. Pat's. Gain of, give him a couple. That'll make it 3rd down and 8.
Obvious passing situation here. It'll be interesting to see what formation they shake up here.
We saw a couple 3-receiver sets, at least 1 4-receiver set on that first possession. Now it's Isaiah Guru from Morrill serving as the fullback. Power I, hard count. That's a Scottsbluff High School special. Thought we had the defensive end here along the near side. That was Riley Baker from Gothenburg. He did not jump offside, so a timeout taken by the West.
What a great hard count there. Like you say, the Scottsbluff special. See if you can get 5 free ones, and this makes this a lot different down and distance.
So timeout taken by the West. And we'll step away with 2:06 to play here in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead right now for the West. We'll be back, the East. We're back after this 1-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
West Nebraska All-Star football coverage for you tonight on the Rural Radio Network. 106.9 The Trail, 880 KRVN. Of course, we've got it on KNEB.TV. We appreciate you finding us there. And we're also streaming at KHYYFM.com. 7-0. And they gave a 2-minute timeout for the players, trying to just account for the heat tonight. They've shortened the game from 15-minute quarters to 12-minute quarters. Made that decision early this afternoon. And out of the timeout, 3rd down and long for the West. 2 receivers to the wide side. Ball right hash. They will toss it to Ryland Ohio. He'll take it around the left edge. Breaks 1 tackle inside the 35. They'll bump him out inside the 30, and they'll mark him down at the 30, or checked at the 29. No, they're going to say 30-yard line. So a gain of 18 for Ryland, Ohio, and another chain-moving play for the West. Both possessions, they've been inside East territory, stopped on 4 downs on their first drive of the night, and they've got it now 1st and 10 left hash at the East 30. Brett Hill At quarterback, Servando Diaz checks in as the tailback. They'll toss it to Diaz running right. Diaz is tackled by Alex Davies. Also up off the pile, no surprise, Trenton DeFruiter once again. No gain on the play for Servando Diaz.
DeFruiter has a nose for the ball. It seems like he's in every single play. Left, right, down the field, up the middle. He's everywhere.
As we come up on 1 minute to play in the opening quarter. Tyler Smith over the football, the center for the West. Two receivers to each side of the formation. Lone back in the backfield. Behind Hill, who's in the pistol, is Sawyer Haig. Play action. Little slant route. Catch made by Cole Fessler. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 10. Fessler tackled inside the 5. The tackle made by Connor Schutz. Line of scrimmage was the 30. A pickup of 27 yards. Boy, he let that one get to the shoulder pads, but able to haul it in, make a man miss, and a big play for Bridgeport's Cole Fessler.
You bet. Bobbled catch, maybe that first pass jitters, but hauled it in and made a great run after the catch, never giving up on a play.
Under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for the East. West All-Stars are knocking on the door. Big heavy package. They're going to hand it off to Awayo. Awayo got tripped up, and I believe maybe the first man there defensively getting a hand on him, tripping him up. Gothenburg's Riley Baker. A gain of 2 for Ryland Awayo. And that'll do it for the first quarter here tonight at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. A fast-paced, quick opening 12 minutes of action here tonight in western Nebraska. Into one, West Nebraska All-Star game, 7-0 East. West trying to knot things up. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
You might not know that Renewal by Anderson is a local family business. The owner here is Andy Stelflew. He's a fourth-generation rancher who learned about customer service and the land of opportunity early on.
Over and over again I heard, it's about the customer. It's signature service, treating the customer the right way. What a blessing it is to live in America. What a blessing it is to live in a country of the free, that if you want to do something, grow, you can.
Renewal by Anderson, great windows and great local people who never forget it's about the customer.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick with you tonight here in our Logos broadcast booth in the press box at Bearcat Stadium. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. You can shop their showroom or also have something custom made. Logos, 10th Street, that's downtown in Gering. Well, Adam, fast-moving first quarter. A couple passing plays to really kind of set the tone for both these teams as far as the big plays are concerned, but we're going to see a heavy dose of the run game from both sidelines tonight.
You bet we are. Run the ball, control the clock, and both teams are doing a great job of controlling up front when they're on offense. It's going to be a fun game, and it's going to fly by, partner.
7-0 with the East in front, but it's the West with it. Second down and goal, and they are at the East 1-yard line. Power I formation. Brett Hill, Scottsbluff signal caller, hands it off to Ryland Awayo, and in the offensive backfield making the stop for a loss of 3 is Gothenburg's Owen Geiken, goes 6'1", 185, and he knifed in there and got to Awayo before he could get ahead of steam up, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4 now from just inside the 5.
Boy, if you were to draw up a run blitz from a linebacker, that's exactly how you would do it. Got in there, broke down, made a good form tackle on a very good running back.
So 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 4. Hill wants to throw it. He'll get it over the middle, and on the catch for the touchdown for the West squad is Zach Hankey, 6'3", 240, from Layton High School. And Hankey on the catch, a 4-yard touchdown pass from Hill to Hankey with 11:21 to play in the first half. And the West will go for 2. Hill, little boot action, rolling to his right, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at around the 10-yard line. In defensively making the stop, Torrington Ford from McCook. So a 7-6 lead for the East as the West gets their first points on the board here tonight.
You know, the run really set up that passing touchdown. Misdirection, tight end, snuck out up the seam. Just a little 5-yard route. Really a great play design. Something you're really used to seeing with Coach Gletcher there.
Yep, Chadron head coach Mike Gletcher, the head man here for the West squad tonight. He'll be going into his 16th year in charge of the program up at Chadron High School. And he didn't even have Hankey on the offensive depth chart, so snuck him into the formation. Little play action, and well, that was an easy 6 on the delivery for Hill.
It sure was. Hill set his feet, made a great pass in a lot of traffic, and just, that was really just the beauty of the play design. When you see two good coaches like we have here tonight, just the things that they're drawing up, the X's and O's are really fun to watch if you're a fan of the football.
11:21 to play here in the first half. We've got a 7-6 ball game. Early stages, quarter number 2. East will be getting it back. We've seen Alex Ramos. Yet to see Xavier Perez get his hands on the football. According to Coach Jace Doolin, it was going to be Ramos and Perez, the main 2 ball carriers tonight, and also Alec Langen from McCook, 6'1", 220. So plenty of talent in the backfield.
There sure is. It'll be interesting to see how the East incorporates those weapons they have in the offensive backfield. Are they going to throw the ball downfield like they did last drive? Are they going to try to control a little more clock? It'll be interesting to see.
Keegan Krutzinger from Dundee County Stratton will boot it away. It will come down on a line drive kick. And on the return, taking it out across the 40, now at midfield. We got a flag that flies in late. That was Braxton McKinney from Juanita Palisades, 6'2", and 165. Fielded that football and able to get it back to midfield. We'll wait on the signal here. Holding against the East. So that'll back them up. Looks like they will mark it off from around the 45. Should be around 1st and 10. Let's see, they'll put it at the 34-yard line. So costly penalty.
And kind of an interesting play, low short kick where the up man took it, and we're at an all-star game. Everybody's got speed, and he really made something out of nothing over to the left side.
So it'll be 1st and 10, 11-12 to go. Inside give to McCook's Alec Langen. Langen out to the 38-yard line, so a gain of 4. It'll make it 2nd down and 6. Your offensive line for the East side, Weimers, Ford, Converse, Borland, and Hatch. Single receiver to each side. It's Ramos, the touchdown earlier tonight. Knocked out of bounds, far sideline. And that was Hankey delivering the blow. And that's going to be close to a 1st down. Needed 6. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to give him 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1 now for the East. Big shot from Hankey. And Ramos getting to show his wares here. Lexington not winning a lot of football games on a year-in, year-out basis, but Ramos, a very talented runner. I know he put up a huge game when Gehring played him this past fall.
He did. What an impressive performance. Low to the ground, great vision, great speed. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
Langen, the fullback, he'll lead the way on the straight-ahead ISO run. And well, not much. He didn't need much to move the chains. Ramos, and I think we're probably going to get a measurement Nope, they'll just signal first down. So a gain of 1 for Alex Ramos, and that'll be a first down for the East squad. They've got it. Ball near the left hash. It'll be 1st and 10. 10 minutes to play in this first half of action. A 7-6 lead for the East, and they're in possession of the football with it at their own 45-yard line. Bose, the quarterback, little option. He pulls it from the fullback's belly, and he's tackled by Hemingford's Brian Turek. And with forward momentum, they're going to mark it at the 48-yard line, so a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down and 7.
Great play call there, a fullback option where you don't block the tackle who just made a play last play, and the quarterback pulled it and made a nice gang around the outside.
And when Alec Langen's the fullback, he's going to draw some attention.
He sure is.
Bruiser from McCook. He's in his fullback spot. Ramos, the I-back. Bose takes the snap. Play action. Bose throws off his back foot. Ball hangs in the air, and they were trying to go downfield to Bryce McIntosh of Mullen, and that ball well underthrown, and that'll set up 3rd down and long now for the East.
Looked like maybe a little miscommunication with the wide receiver there. He thought he was going to run a go route instead of a hookup, but lucky to get out of there without an interception. Floated on him a little bit.
Defensively, Nathan Coley from Mitchell, Isaiah Guru, Keegan Krutzinger, and Zach Hinkie starting up front. Carter Snyder from Sutherland, Reed McFadden from Sandhills Thedford, Brady Robb from Sydney. Your starting linebacking core tonight. We've mentioned Galindo. Grant Ahlstrom from Sandhills Thedford in the secondary, along with Brian Turek and Sutherland's Ty Money. Good ball there from Bose to Ramos. Takes it across midfield to the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on the completion. And a fresh set of downs for the East team. 1st and 10. They've got it right hash at the West 45-yard line.
Bose made a really great pass there in some traffic with some pressure in his face. Something we haven't really hit on is the protection. Both these quarterbacks have enjoyed this game. Both O-lines are really doing a great job.
Bose from Southern Valley, 6'3", 180, 1834 passing, 21 scores, and 7 interceptions. Straight ahead give to Alec Langen. Langen tried to spin his way out of a tackle, fell forward. On the stop that time was Reed McFadden from Sandhills Thedford. That'll be a gain of 8 for Alec Langen, who goes 6'1", 220. He had 12 touchdowns this past fall and 848 yards rushing in what turned out to be the final season for West Nebraska All-Star Committee member and now former McCook head coach, the legendary Jeff Gross. 2nd down and 2. Straight ahead give. Ramos knocked off his feet. That'll be a gain of 2. That's going to move the chains. And that'll make it 1st and 10, I believe, once again for the East. Yep.
Boy, great tackle there from Christian Leonard from Baird. Came in and got a shoestring tackle that really saved. Could have been a pretty big play.
Baird's got a couple of young guys playing here tonight with Jack Kildo, along with along with Leonard, who just made the tackle. 7 minutes, 32 seconds to play. Single receiver to each side. I formation. Bose on the toss sweep. Right left. Trying to turn the corner is Ramos. Unable to do so. And the tackle made by Sydney's Brady Robb, 5'7", 182, an outstanding wrestler throughout his high school career. That's a loss of 1 for Alex Ramos.
Well, just a great play on pursuit. He kept the whole play in front of him. It's easy on the play like that, especially with an athlete that he was going against at running back, for him to cut back and overrun the play. Stayed behind him, made a great tackle. That's how you draw it up.
We're under 7 minutes to go in the first half. East to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 12. They'll go trips right. That's the wide side of the field. In the gun, Bose. He'll hand it off. And the run from Langen takes it just inside the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 8.
It looked like that was going to be a gain of about 1.5, and then he kind of popped out the end of the pile there.
So from 2nd and 12 to 3rd down and 4, much more manageable here for the East squad. We'll see some Blake Denson, we assume, at some point at quarterback. He's from Broken Bow. And Ahlstrom for the West, the backup quarterback. He's from Sand Hills, Thedford. Bows under center, 3rd down and 4, 6 minutes to play. And we've got a flag down, false start, and that'll go against the tight end lined up right side against, I think, Bryce McIntosh from Mullen moved early. And now, much more difficult 3rd down from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9, and an almost assuredly a passing situation now for the East team.
And really on a tough spot in the field that kind of takes you out of any field goal contention.
The East will come to the line of scrimmage. Trips right. Langen in the backfield. In the shotgun, Bose. Looks right. He'll roll that direction. Looking. Lofts one. Got a man down near the end zone, near the front pylon. And incomplete. The intended target was Clayton Berry from Southern Valley. So the two high school teammates connected earlier on the big deep ball and couldn't make the connection this time around. It'll be 4th down and 9.
Really tough pass there. Bose had some pressure, had to work out of the pocket to his right. Just a bit of a misfire, but still the arm strength to get the ball even that far was really impressive.
And some windy conditions here tonight. None of the flags are up, whether it be anywhere on the goalpost. Our American flag out to the left. So tough to get a feel for exactly where the wind's coming from or how it's blowing, but it's definitely windy.
It's
here
moving
tonight.
out there, you bet it is.
It is western Nebraska, folks. 5:32 to play. And the East comes to the line of scrimmage for 4th and 9. Bose in the gun. Takes the snap. Adjusts the football. Moving to his right. And he's going to be tackled from behind. Making the stop is Tyler Smith on his home field throughout his high school career. The Scottsbluff Bearcat with the sack on Carter Bose. So a big play for Smith. He'll play his college football at Chadron State College. Turnover on downs, and the West will get it back.
Great play by all the defensive line there. He had nowhere to go with the ball. Made a good solid tackle on an elusive runner.
7-6 the score. East got on the board on their first possession of the night. Alex Ramos of Lexington, a 16-yard touchdown run. West able to score on their second possession as Brett Hill connected with Hankey. Now a halfback pass. Rylan Awayo lofts it up in the air, trying to go deep down the right side. The intended target was Sydney's Zach Burke. He's a big target, 6'2", 170. And that thing just got caught up there. A couple of defensive backs in the area. And really for the West, lucky that ball was not intercepted.
Great discipline by the two safeties over the top. They both had him in front. They didn't let him behind him, and it was just a great play.
Isaiah Garou in on the offensive line at left tackle on this drive. Trips to the right for the West. 5:19 to play. They'll hand it off to Servando Diaz. The ball comes loose. It pops out right into the hands of Brayton Brannick, an offensive lineman for the West from Sand Hills, Thedford. And Johnny on the spot to prevent a turnover, but a big loss on the play of around 11 yards. That'll make it 3rd down now and 21. Look what I found for Brannick.
All-star game, ended up with the ball in his hands, and he made the most of it. It was, and what an incredible tackle up front. Just hit him at the perfect spot to get the ball on the ground, and the lineman ended up with it.
So, big play defensively for the East. Crashing across the left side of that offensive line was Carson Rohde and also Trayton White, causing problems there. Near turnover instead. 3rd down and 21, and a timeout taken by the West. We'll keep it right here. 4:25 to play in the first half. A 7-6 lead for the East team. Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick, glad to have you along tonight. on the Rural Radio Network, 106.9 The Trail, also 880 KRVN, and we're streaming at KHYYFM.com, and of course tonight on KNEB.TV. Well, Adam, this has been a fast-moving first half. Originally scheduled for the 15-minute quarters. Temperatures all week, mid to upper 90s. We were at 90 degrees at kickoff tonight, trying to keep the players' best interests in mind here. You've got rosters right around 30 kids as far as the numbers are concerned for each team. So probably a good decision. It was talking with Dave Hawksworth, the president of the All-Star Committee Activities Director at Scotts Bluff. He said really the coaches got together and made the decision. So coaches trying to keep their kids as safe as possible in some hot temperatures with limited work throughout the week.
You bet. You got to keep player safety first and foremost in mind, and I think it was the right call. It's hot out there.
4:25 to play. Third and long. Hill under pressure. A little throwback to the left side. Servando Diaz at the 30, across the 35. Gets across the 40. Pushed out of bounds by Alex Davies of North Platte St. Pat's, and they needed 21. They got about 19 of those. It'll bring up 4th down and 2, and an interesting decision now coming up for the west side.
What a great play call, some misdirection. Everybody thought they were going to go deep, just leaked the running back out into the flat, and he did the rest.
Servando Diaz, Dundee County Stratton. He had 34 total touchdowns this past year. 29 of those came on the ground. He ran for over 2,000 yards, 2,031. It's Rylan Awayo in the backfield. Cole Fessler of Bridgeport split left. 2 receivers to the right. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by the east side. So a timeout taken. We'll step away. 4:13 to play in the half. A 7-6 lead for the East. Back after this 1-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scotts Bluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
4:13 to play, a 4th down and 2 situation for the West. Miscommunication everywhere. Ball comes loose, fumbled snap, and who came up with the football? It looks like Rylan Awayo of Mitchell. I see no flags on the field, so even though Awayo came up with the football, that was 4th down and 2. And as long as this play stands as is, it'll be a turnover on downs in prime field position for the East offense. The officials are conversing right now down around the 32-yard line. We'll see what comes of this.
Yeah, kind of a funny-looking play there, but if the center snaps it and nobody else moves, that's a legal play. That's just unfortunate.
So it'll be East football, 1st and 10 on the 4-down stop. And I guess that's going to have to go as a loss of, around 10 yards for Awayo, who recovered it. 4:07 to play in the first half. East leading 7-6. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Carter Bowes still at the controls as the East quarterback. They'll flip the strong side. Now they'll even it up now. Tight end left. Toss play. And trying to reverse his field and unable to get much, if anything, maybe back to the line of scrimmage on the carry that time was Xavier Perez from Elm Creek. for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down and 10.
The front seven from the West really showcased some lane discipline there. Stayed in your lanes. A couple cutbacks they had to contend with, but ended up making a solid tackle.
Keegan Krutzinger, Zach Hankey along that right side of the defensive line for the West. East comes out, trips right, ball between the hash marks. 3:26 to play, 2nd down and long. It's Bose, a design quarterback keep. Makes a couple of tacklers miss, and then Hemingford's Brian Turek comes up from the secondary and makes the stop at the 25-yard line. So Bose picks up 6, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4 now for the East. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the first half.
Deceptive speeds Bose has made it to the outside, but the cornerback came in and made a really fundamental tackle.
Brian Turek, of course, from a football family up in Hemingford. Older brother Brady, a state champion for the Bobcats. And the handoff goes to Xavier Perez, holding on for an ankle tackle. Making the stop defensively was Reed McFadden from Sandhills Thedford. And we have seen some studs from Sandhills Thedford in this game over the years. Just tough cats up that direction, and it's always fun seeing some of the smaller school kids thrive on a stage like this.
You bet. They come out and they really showcase to a lot of people that haven't seen them play before. Just good, tough kids.
2 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in the first half. 7-6 the lead for the East. We'll keep it right here. 2:17 to play. Quick scoring recap. First points of the night came with 4:19 to play in the first quarter as the East scored on their opening drive of the night. An Alex Ramos 16-yard touchdown scamper. PAT was good. That made it 7-0 East. On the ensuing possession, it was the West squad driving down. They got down to the 1. A tackle behind the line of scrimmage set up a little bit longer of a 3rd down play than they were hoping for, but Brett Hill of Scottsbluff, the play action pass connected with Zach Hankey of Layton for the 4-yard touchdown. PAT, they went for 2. Passed on the PAT attempt, had the 2-point conversion. Got stopped on a rollout. And so that's where we're at right now, 7-6. As we're approaching halftime, 2:17 to play in the half. A 1-point margin is all right now for the East team. 4th down and 1 out of the timeout. Bose under center, I formation. Perez dots the I. The fullback is Alec Langen. And we're going to get another timeout taken by the East. Obviously, didn't like what they saw when they got to the line of scrimmage. So a couple of timeouts here with no snaps in between as the East tries to get this play call right. 4th down and 1. Better be sure of it, right?
You're absolutely right. With the amount of time left in the half, you don't want to turn the ball back over.
Had the West Nebraska All-Star Volleyball match this afternoon. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away over at Scottsbluff High School. And it was won by the East. They won it early, winning the first 3 sets, but you play all 5 here for the All-Star game. West came back and won the 4th and 5th set, so a 3-2 win. The East MVP was Sam Moore from Mullen, and the West MVP was the young lady from Ogallala, Jenna Curtis, who's going to be playing here in town at WNCC. So Moore and Curtis, your volleyball MVPs from this afternoon. Out of the second timeout in a row there from the East, they've got it 4th and 1. Bose hands it off, ball's loose, and I think a second effort really as Perez dropped it, picked it up, and I believe he was able to pick up the first down, needed to get to the 20. Official on the near side, standing right there on the 20, and they're signaling first down for the East.
Wow, it's not often you see him fumble like that, pick it up and pick up the first down. But, hey, it's an all-star game. Crazier things have happened.
Gain of 2 for Xavier Perez from Elm Creek, and that sets up 1st and 10 now for the East from the West 20-yard line. We go under 2 minutes to play in this first half. 1st and 10 from the West 20. Bose in the gun. Two receivers to his right. Langen offset to his left. They'll give to the McCook fullback. And Alec Langen takes it inside the 20 down to the 17 for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd down and 7 as we've got 1:30 to play in the half.
Clock moving right in the East's favor, but now you're getting to the point where you have to think about scoring here in the next couple plays.
And the West got the football to start the game, so the East will receive to begin the 3rd quarter. Trying to hustle off. The West had too many men on the field for a moment. Off in time. Bose takes to the air. Got a man open. It's Langen in the right flat. Tackled down around the 10. They'll mark him at the 8. On the stop defensively, Christian Leonard from Baird, 5'11", 180. Got him from behind.
Touchdown saving tackle on a very big man.
It'll be 1st and goal now for the East at the 8-yard line. 52 seconds to play in the first half. Bose under center. They'll hand it off. Xavier Perez tries to bounce it outside. Alex Galindo comes up from his corner spot, sticks his nose in there to make the stop. And that'll go for maybe a gain of 1. And that'll make it 2nd down and 7. And with the clock ticking down to 35 seconds, the East will take another timeout. 35 seconds to play here in the first half. East in front, 7-6. And they'll have it 2nd down and goal from the 7. And they still have 1 timeout remaining. West is out of timeouts. So chance to try and pull the old double up here. Score before half, get the ball, and come right back at it offensively out of the locker room.
Yeah, that really a 14-point swing. That can be huge, especially when you're playing a team that likes to run the ball, control the clock. It really puts them in an uncomfortable situation.
Both starting quarterbacks have gone the distance so far. Carter Bose for the East from Southern Valley, and for the West, Brett Hill from Scotts Bluff.
Be interesting to see the play call here. 35 seconds. You can definitely run. You can definitely pass the ball. Be interesting to see kind of what play he calls from the playbook and how they execute.
35 seconds to play in the second quarter. 2 receivers left. 1 to the short side to the right. In the shotgun, Bose. Langen in the backfield. Bose on the out route, trying to hook up with his high school teammate Clayton Berry. And ball maybe a little bit high. Berry trying to get that head snapped around. Incompletion. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 7.
And that's really a timing route there out in the flat. And when you haven't played in 5 or 6 months, stuff like that can be a little rusty, but just a little high. But you can tell those two have played pitch and catch quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Bose threw for 1834. Berry was on the receiving end for 901 of those yards this past fall. 7-6, 3rd down and goal from the 7. Bose in the shotgun, 3 receiver set. He'll fire the slant route, and there he is. He's got his man, Clayton Berry, for the touchdown strike.
Just a 2 post routes, and what great timing and a strike it is. Even a little bit behind him, but Berry stopped his route, went back, caught the ball.
Bose connects with Clayton Berry, the Southern Valley connection from 7 yards out. Alex Davies on to attempt the PAT. Davies from North Platte St. Pat's. It's 13-6. The kick is up and good. So a 14-6 lead with just 27 seconds to play here in the first half. And they're going to get that opportunity, Adam, for the old double up. Score right before half. Get the ball to start the second half. The West has no timeouts and just 27 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, you really hope for a big return here, and you have 2 guys back there that can do it, Naguayo and Diaz. Try to get some points on the board here so they don't double you up. That's a big swing, and especially what could come into play here is not having that PAT on their first touchdown. That puts them down at 1 point less or 2 points less, depending on how you look at it. So, but that score really puts the West in an uncomfortable situation.
27 seconds to go in the half. 14-6 with the East in front. Alex Ramos and Clayton Berry have scored the touchdowns. The most recent, a 7-yard strike from Carter Bowes to Clayton Berry, both from Southern Valley. And they make it an 8-point lead. Now Davies, who's 2 for 2 on extra points, will kick it away. 27 seconds to go in the first half. That kick will bounce it around the 25. It rolls past Servando Diaz. He backtracks, picks it up at the 10, and down to make the tackle, Gothenburg's Owen Geiken at around the 16-yard line. On plays like that, sometimes you worry about guys getting out of their lane, creating a big seam for a return man to run through, but nothing happening like that time for the West to take advantage of. Good job by Geiken from Gothenburg.
Yeah, that's such a tough play, especially when kind of some crazy things happen. The ball moves out of where you thought it was going to be originally. It's hard to see the ball move laterally when you have somebody in your face trying to block you. So it looks like the East was trying to avoid kicking it back to returners, but it ended up working out for them.
23 seconds to go. And Brett Hill's just going to take a knee, and the West content to trail by 8 heading to the locker room, it would appear. Clock continues to run. We'll go under 10 seconds right now, and it looks like both teams will pack it in for the half. A 14-6 lead right now for the East on the strength of a Ramos rushing touchdown and a Bowes to Clayton Berry touchdown pass just a few moments ago. Horn sounds here at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. And at halftime, it is the East All-Stars leading the West 14-6. We'll step away, and when we come back after this 1-minute timeout, we'll touch on that volleyball match from earlier this afternoon. Back in 60 seconds on the Rural Radio Network.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Halftime of the 43rd annual West Nebraska All-Star Football game here tonight in Scottsbluff at Bearcat Stadium. It is the East at the break, leading 14-6 over the West. We'll get to a scoring recap and some halftime statistics for our football game here in just a little bit. But first, let's recap things from this afternoon over at Scottsbluff High School, where the 37th annual West Nebraska All-Star Volleyball match was played, won by the East in 5. It would have been over in 3, but you play those all 5 for the All-Star setup. East won the first 3 in the match, 25-20, 25-14, and 25-17. West showed plenty of heart and desire there late in the final 2 sets as they come back and win the fourth 25-19 and take the fifth and final set 15-13. Sam Moore from Mullen, who will play basketball at UNK. She was the volleyball MVP today for the East. Unofficially, I had her down for 16 kills in the win. Interestingly enough, she got here just yesterday. Had some other obligations with family. Couldn't get to Scottsbluff until yesterday, so barely got through a practice or two, and then comes out and wins MVP and helps the East team get into the win column today. Sam Moore, your East volleyball MVP this afternoon. Another soon-to-be college athlete, was the MVP for the West Side in the loss. WNCC volleyball recruit Jenna Curtis from Ogallala. I had her down with 9 kills in the match, and in the final 2 sets, absolutely everywhere. Put her body on the line, diving all over the floor, and has great leaping ability. Jenna Curtis from Ogallala picked up MVP honors for the West. A couple of other standouts on the east side. Ashley Brown from Elm Creek. I was really impressed with Hallie Jacobson from Broken Bow. She was setting this afternoon for the East team. And then also for the West, you had the standout from Sydney, Carly Sylvester. She matched Curtis with those 9 kills. So that's a quick recap for you as far as the West Nebraska All-Star match, or West Nebraska All-Star volleyball match is concerned from earlier this afternoon here in Scottsbluff at SHS. Halftime score right now at Bearcat Stadium. We're at the break for the All-Star football game tonight. It's the East in front of the West, 14-6. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick with you tonight on the Rural Radio Network. We've got coverage for the West Nebraska All-Star football game here in Scottsbluff at Bearcat Stadium. At the half, a 14-6 lead for the East All-Stars. Let's get to a scoring recap. A 7-0 score at the end of the first quarter. The lone points coming from the East as Lexington's Alex Ramos scored on a 16-yard touchdown run. PAT attempt from Alex Davies from North Platte St. Pat's was good, and that made it 7-0, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter. West able to get on the board on the ensuing possession with 11:21 to play early in the second quarter. It's Brett Hill of Scottsbluff able to find Zach Hankey from Layton with a short 4-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion attempt failed, so a 7-6 lead at that point for the East. And then fast forward to the final minute of the first half, and the East, after a 4-down stop defensively, short field to work with. It's capped off by a Carter Bowes to Clayton Berry, Southern Valley to Southern Valley special, a 7-yard touchdown connection. And again, Davies connects on the PAT, and that made it 14-6. And that's where we're at right now at the halftime break. East in front of the West by the count of 14-6. We'll step away for a moment, come back and run through some of these halftime statistics for both these teams. We'll do that after a 2-minute timeout. We're back in 2 minutes on the Rural Radio Network.
Feeling overwhelmed with your emotions? Morrill County Community Hospital can help. Our behavioral health provider, Melody Lacey, is welcoming new patients from depression, anxiety, to cognitive behavioral therapy. Melody Lacey is dedicated to earning your trust and confidence, and with her expertise, you're assured the highest quality healthcare service possible. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Imagine Wi-Fi like you've never experienced. Imagine Wi-Fi that delivers the ultimate coverage, security, and performance. Now, you don't have to imagine. Experience the Allo Blast. Built with advanced Wi-Fi 6 technology, the Allo Blast lets you do more anywhere in your home without interruption. It's time to give your Wi-Fi a blast. Contact Allo today.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
I'm just not going to do these live reads tonight because KRVN's got it on, and they probably don't want our live reads on.
You betcha. Yeah, that would.
Halftime score, it was 90 degrees at kickoff, so a hot mid-June evening here in western Nebraska at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. Our halftime score 14-6 for the football all-star game. It's the East in front. Ramos and Barry with touchdowns for the East. Hilda Hankey for the West side right now. 14-6. Let's get a look at some of our halftime statistics right now. I'll turn it over to Adam Ostick.
You know, Chris, in an all-star game, you expect these games to be pretty close. Wait till you hear these numbers. The East rushing has 70 total yards rushing. To the West has 55. And as far as passing goes, the East has 60 and the West has 69. So really two evenly matched teams that are really just a gutsy game we're seeing out there.
So you've got pretty even as far as the yardage is concerned. We've seen Rylan Awayo and Servando Diaz handling the football the bulk of the time in the offensive backfield for the West. Yet to see either of the backup quarterbacks tonight. Grant Ahlstrom for the West from Sandhill Thedford, and for the East side as the backup quarterback, Blake Denson from Broken Bow. We'll see if both those guys come out and get the start here in the second half, or what the plan is at the quarterback spot for both these units here tonight. Jace Doolin's the head coach for the East. He's representing Elm Creek High School tonight. He was named the new head football coach at Cozad High School back earlier this year. I think sometime in early February possibly, named the new head football coach at Cozad. So he's got one school in mind, and then another school that he'll be ready to go full bore on as soon as things wrap up here tonight. That's Jace Doolin, the head coach for the East. Mike Gletcher, longtime head coach up at Shadron High School. He'll be entering his 16th year at the helm for Shadron come this fall. So we've had a pretty quality ball game up to this point. 14-6 is our score. Opening drive touchdown for the East, Alex Ramos, a 16-yard run. He's from Lexington, and then a couple of touchdowns in the second quarter. Missed PAT for the West after a Hilda Hankey. That's Scottsbluff to Layton, 4-yard strike, and then Southern Valley to Southern Valley. Bowes to Clayton Berry, covering 7 yards, and they're 2 for 2 with Alex Davies on their extra point attempts, and they lead it right now 14-6. We'll step away. Third quarter action approaching here as the West team is back along the near sideline. East team is stretching things out outside the fence along the far side. We'll step away and come back after this 2-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B, Ethel, and more. Compliments also has the shoes, purses, and jewelry for any occasion. Plus, right now, get 20% off all clearance apparel. While here, take a look at our solar lights and felt birdhouses. Finally, visit our newest addition, Katie Chandler and her salon. All this at Compliments for you and your home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scotts Bluff.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scotts Bluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick with you tonight on the Rural Radio Network. Both teams are back on the gridiron, getting some final preparations in here, just kind of stretch things out. Really no need to kind of keep yourself warm. That's taking care of itself tonight. 90 at kickoff, Adam.
90 degrees. Yeah, it was warm, and right now it's 86 degrees out there. So not that temperature hasn't dropped, but it is getting darker out there. We're hoping that temperature comes down just for these guys' sake. It's been a long week. Staying hydrated is so important, but these games start taking a toll on you.
Good decision by the coaching staffs earlier today to chop off 3 minutes per quarter. Normally here you play the 15-minute quarters, and they dropped that back down to the regular high school 12-minute quarters for tonight with weather in mind. So they've got 24 minutes of game action to go, and we are at the half with the East leading the West right now by the score of 14-6. It looks like they've put 3 minutes on the clock, so that'll kind of give everybody their bearings as far as the guys on the field, knowing how much longer they've got to warm up and get ready for the second half and get everybody back from the concession stand and the restrooms as well. Halftime score 14-6 with the East in front of the West. We'll come back with second half action for you in just a moment after this 2-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Glad to be back with you tonight on the Rural Radio Network. KNEB.TV coverage. Also 106.9 The Trail and 880 KRVN in Lexington. Glad to have our Central Nebraska listeners with us, or viewers with us tonight. Had the volleyball earlier this afternoon. That match was won by the East 3-2. And right now, for the 43rd annual football All-Star game, it's an East lead at 14-6 as we get set for the start of the second half. We've seen some running. We've seen some, not as much passing, but some big completions for both teams. So really, this is anybody's ball game heading here to the third quarter.
You know, it sure is. This is both teams have done a really great job of mixing up both the numbers on rushing versus passing production are really pretty similar. So this is anybody's game. You know, games like this, a turnover, a big penalty can really make a difference.
It'll be the East to get the football. They scored late in the first half. Going to get their hands back on it here quickly to start the third quarter. And another line drive kick down the middle. Bounces past the deep man into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback now. And the East will start with it at their own 20-yard line. Alex Ramos, a 16-yard touchdown run for the East in the first quarter. And it was Carter Bowes to Clayton Berry, with those young men from Southern Valley, for a 7-yard touchdown pass in the final 30 seconds of the first half. 1st and 10, ball between the hash marks for the East. They've got it at the 30. So they'll mark it at the 30 on the touchbacks here for the All-Star action tonight. Inside give, Alec Langen from McCook. And he is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Great defensive play there by the interior linemen. Stood up their blocks, shed them off well, and went right to Langdon.
Up front, Krutzinger, along with Isaiah Garou. Krutzinger from Dundee County Stratton, Garou from Morrill. Snap back to Bowes. Handoff running near side is Xavier Perez. First man to arrive defensively is Mitchell's Nathan Coley. Boy, he did a nice job keeping outside contain, outside shoulder free, and then closed it down on the cutback. Coley from Mitchell, 6'2", 220.
Absolutely. Just a strong play. Keep that outside shoulder open and did not give up contain. That's really the big job of that outside linebacker, to keep contain and push everything back into the interior of the defense.
A little over a minute already gone by here in this third quarter. 3rd down and 10. Carter Bowes in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Bowes pump fakes, and now he's got a man wide open. This should be 6. Caught at the 40. Nothing but clear sailing all the way to the house. A 69-yard touchdown strike on 3rd down and 9. The pump fake, somebody bit, and Clayton Berry was about as wide open as you're ever going to find a receiver at this level.
Absolutely. Coverage breakdown, and it was like he was fielding a punt out there. And how many times have we said it? The 8-13 connection. They've been there. They're comfortable with each other. Another great play.
Bowes to Berry. This one covers 69 yards. And on 3rd down and long, a long touchdown pass. Extra point from Davies. He's 3 for 3. And with 10:29 to play in the third quarter, the East goes in front 21-6. And we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on the Rural Radio Network.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
It's the Carter Bowes to Clayton Berry show here tonight. Southern Valley with top billing at this year's West Nebraska All-Star football game, at least up to this point. That connection to Valley, a couple of hookups with touchdown passes, the latest covering 69 yards just moments ago, and it is a 21-6 lead for the East. It's Alex Galindo from Scotts Bluff on the return. Galindo out to the 40. Tries to cut back around the 45-yard line. He's tackled shy of midfield. And they'll mark him down at the 49. So Galindo with the nice return to give the West nice starting field position here with this drive. And this is a must-have drive, Adam. Down 21-6. They've already missed the one extra point, so they've got to get something going here offensively.
Absolutely, like we talked, a 14-point swing in a matter of a couple minutes. And especially in a big play like that, it can really demoralize you. These West kids are tough. They're strong-willed. Let's see how they respond.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns in a minute and 58 seconds of game action. Brett Hill back at quarterback. Handoff goes to Mitchell's Rylan Awayo, stacked up by that defensive front. Owen Geiken up from a linebacker spot as well. One of the first to arrive from the defensive line was Carson Rohde, Sumner Eddyville Miller. And tough sledding right there for Rylan Awayo. It brings up 2nd down and 10. 9:55 to play here in the third quarter.
13th carry for Aguayo. He's used to that over the year. Mitchell really leaned heavily on him, but what a playmaker. Anything could happen in this game.
9:40 to play. Snap back to Hill. He'll take to the air, fire out right, and just out of reach. The intended target was Cole Fessler. Defending on the play was Lexington's Harold Pineda in coverage. It'll be 3rd down and long.
But Cole Fessler ran a really great out route there, got under the coverage, just a bit off on the throw, but Fessler really making a great route, giving his quarterback a chance.
So 3rd down and 10, line of scrimmage for the West at their own 49-yard line. They trail 21-6. Ball near the middle of the football field. 2 receivers split to each side. Sawyer Haig from Shadron, the lone back. They fake a little jet sweep. Now Hill trying to make something happen. Goes over the middle. That'll be a 9-yard connection with Zach Hankey from Layton. That'll be a yard shy. It'll bring up 4th down and 1. Here comes the big package in right now. Storer, also Isaiah Garu. He's kind of been lined up when they go to this heavy package, if you will, at fullback. And we'll see what the West has in mind here on 4th down and short.
Boy, Brett Hill really went through his progressions on that last pass to find the open man in the middle. Really heads-up play by Hill.
Strong side of the backfield to the right. They'll run off tackle, and they're not going to get there. In fact, they're going to lose about 4 yards on the play. Once again, Owen Geiken, he has been tremendous tonight from that linebacker spot from Gothenburg. Geiken makes another big tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that's 3 tackle for losses already tonight for Owen Geiken from Gothenburg.
Owen Geiken is really owning that side of the field. He never lost outside contain and had the speed to chase down the speedy running back there.
So another missed opportunity on 4th and short. That was Servando Diaz from Dundee County Stratton. 5'8", 160, more of a jitterbug runner, and they give it to him on 4th and short, running sideways, and it's Geiken making the play. 1st and 10 for the East. They've got it at their own 46-yard line. Handoff goes to Alex Ramos. Nothing doing there. Coley from Mitchell, and also there on the tackle for the West side.
But you got to think the East is really looking to eat up some clock here. Long, productive drive that ends up in some points.
Reed McFadden was there defensively as well. But Coley first to arrive. He's made a couple of nice plays here defensively in this third quarter. We're at 8:15 to go. 2nd down and 11 for the East. They lead it 21-6. And now we see Blake Denson from Broken Bow operating at quarterback. Inside give on the carry that time was Keegan Benson from Arapahoe, his first carry. He had 767 yards on the ground last fall, 7 touchdowns. And now 3rd down and 10. So Denson, the new quarterback, 5'9", 170 from Broken Bow. 7 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. Clayton Berry, he's had 2 touchdown catches tonight. He'll line up as the wide man in this 3-receiver set to the right. Snap to Denson. He'll step up, avoid some pressure. He'll go deep. He's got a man wide open. It's Berry, underthrown, incomplete. Boy, he kind of had to try to come back to the ball at the last minute. Maybe the feet slipped out from underneath him. Couldn't get the hands underneath it. Down at around the 15. Good call by the official as he trapped it, and that'll bring up 4th and 10.
What an incredible pass by Denson there, avoiding the pressure and really making a 50-yard pass on the run, showcasing some arm strength from a smaller guy. These all-star games, you say it, you keep seeing it, and you keep saying it. It's everyone out here is just an incredible athlete.
His ability to feel the pressure and then step up at the exact right time there is what really stood out.
Absolutely. Looked like a next-level play there.
Alex Galindo will drop back as the punt returner here for the West. The whistles blow. We've got a flag down on the far side.
We might have an offsides here, and that makes this makes this a different play.
Yeah, it'll be, instead of 4th and 10, it'll be 4th and 5 from the plus side of the field at the West 49. So
just enough to think about it, I would say.
Just enough to think about it and probably keep the punt unit out there. You're up 21-6. Why make a mistake, come up short, and give the West the football back at midfield? Make them go earn it. Again, Galindo representing Scottsbluff High. He waits at about his own 15. We're at 7:10 to play, and now we've got another flag, and this will be a false start. So we swap 5-yard penalties, and we're right back where we were moments ago. It'll be 4th and 10.
Well, the long snapper's getting a workout.
4th down and 10 for the East. 7:07 to play here in the third. East in front, 21-6. High school football coverage for you. All-Star Summer Showcase game from Western Nebraska on the Rural Radio Network. High kick. Fair catch called for by Galindo. He brings it in at the 22, maybe 23-yard line, and the West will take over with it.
Gutsy stop there by the West defense. The interior line and the defensive ends really pinched down and made that an unproductive drive for the East. When your defense gave you a stop like that, the offense really needs to capitalize and get some points.
Yeah, we said that last drive was kind of must-have, so the defense picks them up after they were unable to do anything with it, and we'll see what the West can do this time around. They'll come out with what looks to be a passing set, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left as well. Haig from Shadron to the right of the quarterback, Brett Hill. The Scottsbluff signal caller takes to the air, throws it into traffic, threads the needle out to around the 35-yard line. And on the catch, that is Zach Burke from Sidney. So a gain of 12, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the West.
Accurate throw by Brett Hill. That's a timing route where the outside receivers run a post and the inside receivers kind of run just a fly out into the flat. Timing route, and Brett Hill delivered just a beauty.
Hill had huge shoes to fill this past year. 1 year he got as the starting quarterback, replacing the incomparable Sebastian Harsh, one of the best football players in the state of Nebraska, as a junior and a senior. And Hill more than serviceable this past year at the helm for the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to take to the air once again. A little inside screen to the wide receiver, Alex Galindo, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So Galindo dropped for a loss of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down and 14. Well, that ball had to travel a long way running that type of play to the wide side of the field. Just a slow developing screen pass, and the defensive guys able to react quickly for the East.
Absolutely. In that play, you rely on some linemen and get some extra blockers out in the flat. In a hot game like this, late in a game, it's hard for those big boys to get out there.
And similar to the point you were making earlier on a play, a timing play.
Yes,
that's great 6 weeks into your high school season. A little tougher to pull off here 4 days into an all-star week. There's Trenton DeFruiter making a stop on Rylan Ohio after Ohio picks up 5. DeFruiter had a great start to this game defensively. Called his name pretty much the entire first quarter. He makes the stop there. It'll be 3rd down and 8 now for the West. Big down here, 3rd and 8. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. They trail it 21-6.
You know, Hill has definitely had some success passing the ball. See if we run a play here we haven't seen quite yet. We're running out of the I formation. There could be a lot of things that come out of here.
Hill, play action. Little toss back to Ohio, the running back, right side. He is pushed out of bounds. Davies was there. Isaiah Weimers from McCook joins in on the stop. And that play picks up a couple, and it'll be 4th down. And call it 6 now for the West. And it looks like they've got the punt unit on.
That's a play where it's drawn up to get the ball in a playmaker's hands, and Ohio is a great one. Was able to pick up a few yards there, but couldn't quite get it past the chains.
4th down and 6. Cole Fessler of Bridgeport in punt formation. Snap back. He'll boot it away with the left foot.
Great kick.
Knuckleball, and a fair catch called for and made by Highline's Cody Keller. And the East, or the West, not able to get anything done. A 3-and-out defensively for the East All-Stars. They get the football back with 4:39 to play in the 3rd quarter, and they're in front 21-6. At the moment, Bose to Clayton Berry, Southern Valley's duo connecting for 2 touchdowns, one from 7, one from 69 yards out. The first score of the night, Lexington's Alex Ramos, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the lone points tonight for the West, Brett Hill to Zach Hankey. Hill from Scottsbluff and Hankey from Layton. And that's where we're at right now, 21-6. Ramos leaves the backfield. He's set as a receiver to the right. East with the lead. They'll hand it off to the hammer up the middle, Alec Langen. And Langen takes it to the 30 for a gain of 6.
You know, Langen, he can play fullback, he can play running back. He has the speed to move in space, and definitely has the strength up the middle. What a weapon he is to have in your backfield.
He was excellent last night at the annual banquet, giving a little bit of a speech, was funny, made a couple of good points, made sure to thank all the right people, was impressed with his ability with the microphone in his hand last night. Speaking of Alec Langen from McCook. They fake the handoff to Langen, and it's Carter Bose, the quarterback, making an MVP case on this long run. Deep across midfield to the 20, to the 10. A 70-yard touchdown run for Carter Bose from Southern Valley. He's thrown to, and now the long touchdown run covering 70 yards with 3:49 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Bose, hey, you said it earlier, deceptively fast, He long strider right there, and he pulled away from everybody.
He took the words right out of my mouth. You just keep thinking he's going to get caught, but he keeps pulling away. Long strider. That was a great play design. He had a pitch man from the wide receiver coming in from the inside if he needed it, but he didn't need it.
Play prior, they gave it to Langen. That time they faked it to him. Got the eyeballs on the McCook bruiser, and then it's Bose going 70. Davies moments ago with the PAT, and the East in complete control right now with 3:49 to play in this third quarter. They're up 28-6. We're back.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
He's got 212 yards of offense.
What's that?
212 yards of offense.
Well, Adam, it was the Carter Bose to Clayton Berry show earlier. Now Bose does it on his own. He is having a big night here with a football in his hands.
He sure is. 212 yards of offense already, and we haven't even hit the fourth quarter. What a joy to watch him play out there.
Impressive stuff from the quarterback from Southern Valley. And Berry, his high school teammate. It's the Southern Valley All-Star game here tonight for the East right now. 3:49 to play in the third quarter. East will boot it away. It's going to come to Galindo. Ball is loose, picked up, recovered by the East. Galindo fumbles it away, and the East All-Stars recover it at the 25-yard line, 28-6, and in business with great starting field position once again. Our first official turnover of the night, and it goes against the West team in the East in full control at the moment.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It was a short kickoff. Hard to field those. Do you take them out of bounds? Do you not? Just bounced off the hands. And now the defense has to go back out there after a long run and a hot night. See if the defense can come up with a big gutsy play here.
I think you go right back to either Langen or pull it and go right back to Bose on the run.
I think so too. They have so many weapons at their disposal.
3:46 to play. Instead, Bose takes to the air. Going for his man. Berry once again in the end zone. Tried to climb the defender. Ball incomplete. At 8 yards deep into the end zone. It'll set up second down and 10. They were going for the throat on that one right off the turnover.
Boy, and it's a good throw there from Bose, but and a great attempt to come back to the ball from Berry, go over the defender, and almost made the catch. It was great coverage out there.
Would have been a circus grab there for Clayton Berry. 3:39 to play, third quarter. Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff, all East right now, 28-6, and they've got it at the West 25-yard line. Handoff goes to Alex Ramos. Ramos gets it to the 20 for a gain of 5. And Morrill's Isaiah Guru on the tackle for the West. Guru and Ohio, also Scottsbluff's Tony Mokiak for the West. Played in the Shrine Bowl last week, so double duty. And in fact, Ohio played the Panhandle Prep All-Star basketball game 2 weekends ago, so 3 straight weeks of All-Star activities for the Chadron State running back recruit, Rylan Ohio.
What an athlete.
Had a fine track season as well. 2:55. Clock continues to run here. Late third quarter. I formation. Bose under center. He'll take the snap. Handoff goes to Ramos once again. Inside the 20, inside the 15, down to around the 14-yard line. Needed 5, got 6. That'll move the chains. And a first down carry for Lexington's Alex Ramos.
he has some vision that you don't often see at this level. Really able to pick the right gap, pick the right seam, and then put a foot in the ground and get upfield. Really, really fun to watch him play.
Good footwork in traffic, too. Can cut back quickly with traffic around him and still be able to pick up more positive yardage, like what I've seen from Ramos here tonight.
Absolutely. Low center of gravity and hard to get to the ground when you finally can catch him.
28-6. We're at 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third. Bose, little play action. He'll roll it out to the right, dump it into the flat. On the catch for the East squad is Troy Brummels from Elm Creek. 6'1", 165. Averaged 21.8 yards per catch this past year for Elm Creek High School. Gain of 5 as Bose, he hid that ball well on his hip coming off the play action.
Absolutely. You're expecting to run up the middle, first down in a game like this, and he can beat you so many different ways.
28-6, he's shown the big right arm, and he's shown the speed, and a little bit of a breakaway ability with the 70-yard touchdown run. They'll hand it off. It's Ramos. Ramos will take it down near the 5-yard line. They'll mark him at the 6. That's a pickup of 3 as we're approaching 1 minute to play in the third quarter as the East leads by 22. And now inside the 10, able to just pound the football here. Got the big lead, keep the clock moving. Not that it's cool by any means, but it's cooling off from where we were weather-wise earlier.
Absolutely. I was just thinking that. You get a little bit of breeze out there now, and it's definitely a different feel than it was when we started.
And the breeze feels a lot better now that the sun's down.
Yes.
The wind was blowing a little bit earlier, but it was just a hot wind blowing right in your face. Bose, play action. Out to the left, under pressure, sacked by Leighton. Zach Hankey all the way back at they're going to mark that forward progress at the 17-yard line, a loss of 11 for Bose.
Great play on the outside there from the Leighton product. Beat his man and made a really fundamental tackle on a elusive runner, as we've seen before this game.
10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Alex Davies so far tonight is 4 for 4 on extra point attempts. And they're going to let the clock expire here at the end of 3, and I believe we'll get a field goal attempt coming out to start the fourth quarter. 3 quarters complete tonight for the West Nebraska All-Star Game. East in front, 28.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
80 KRVN, a 28-6 lead for the East, and we're going to get a field goal attempt right now of 34 yards for Alex Davies. That kick is going to be wide left, and 3 for 3. Check that, 4 for 4 on the PATs. Bit breezy down on the field, so tough spot there for Davies. And he can't connect from 34 yards out. The North Platte St. Pat's High product. 6'3", 200, strong leg, and just can't split the uprights with that. So the West trailing 28-6. Defense, nice job after the fumbled kick return. They give up no points.
They did, yeah. Really, really gutsy play. Held them to a long field goal. And it's not. They tried to do some long passing. They tried to do some play action. So it took a disciplined effort from the defense to hold them to 0 points there.
The big play made by Leighton Zach Hankey on the sack of Carter Bowes.
Absolutely, what a great play. Good defensive, strong player, strong kid out there making a play in the open field.
Yeah, could have bid on the play action, dove down towards the line of scrimmage a little bit more, but held his keys and made the play on the late rush. Little trick play now, little end around, reverse action. It goes to Rylan Owayo, and nice stick on the far side by Lexington cornerback Harold Pineda, 5'8", 165. Got the head in the right spot, wrapped up, and pushed Owayo out of bounds along the far sideline after a gain of 5. Good play by Lexington's Harold Pineda.
Absolutely saved a big play because he was the last defense there with a dangerous Aguayo with a full head of steam. Made a good tackle. He couldn't get him to the ground, but he got him out of bounds.
11 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the ball game. Ball left hash East leading 28-6. Taking the snap is Hill. The inside give, it goes to Shadron Sawyer-Haig. Stop for no gain. As Haig gets the carry, that'll make it third down and about 5 now for the West. Brett Hill has gone the distance at quarterback tonight.
And really played well. Commanded this offense well. An offense he's not necessarily used to. A little more spread out offense than he's used to, but really a gutsy performance by Hill.
Third down and 5. West comes to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out to the right. 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. It's Hill in the pistol. He'll look right and fire that direction off the hands of Zach Burke. Incomplete. Mason Schmoker from McCook was closing quickly with the coverage, and that'll make it fourth down and 5.
Yeah, another one of those timing routes, and he let the route move upfield just a little bit, but you got to get to the sticks on a play like that. So I can see where that would come from, but just one of those things where, like you say, week 6 of the high school football season might be a completion, but 4 practices here, and that's a little tougher.
A little over a minute and a half played in our final stanza tonight. Fourth down and a punting situation. Cole Fessler, a spiraling kick from the left-footed punter. It'll bounce inside the 25-yard line. They'll touch the ball down at the 21, and the East will take over. Up by 22 points with 10:10 to play in the game.
But Fessler has punted the ball well. Some nice hang time, long punts that allows the special teams unit to get down there.
Yeah, Fessler ran for over 1,000 yards for Bridgeport last fall. Was a starting point guard for the Bulldogs state tournament team in the wintertime. So an outstanding senior season that was difficult at times at Bridgeport High School with the loss of Josh Warren during the football season. And really Bridgeport showed tremendously. Football, basketball, girls basketball, state tourney team as well.
Young talent there, and in a challenging year at Bridgeport where it really goes to show you some of that stuff outside of the lines that really can really impact the season.
On the give, it's a gain of about 3, sets up 2nd and 7. Xavier Perez from Elm Creek with the 3-yard carry. Langen still in at fullback. Perez is the tailback right now. He's 5'6", 150. And Denson will hand it off to Perez. Starts middle, bounces it to the right side. Alex Galindo came up from the secondary, his corner spot. And, boy, chopped the legs out from Perez. A gain of 6 for Xavier Perez. It'll set up third down and 1.
Absolutely, 2 great plays on that play. Xavier Perez bouncing it outside on an inside run play to almost get the first down, and Galindo comes in and makes an incredible tackle to save that first down.
Galindo will play at Hastings College come the fall. To the line of scrimmage, the East with it, third down. Scoreboard says 2, looks more like 1 across the way. Denson in the shotgun. They'll hand it off to Alec Langan. Spins out of a tackle. He's got a first. He's across the 40. Steamrolls his way to the 45-yard line. Falls forward to the 46. A gain of 16 for Alec Langan of McCook. And he ran through 2-3 would-be tacklers on the west side.
What a run. I mean, tiptoed around and did a nice spin move to break away from some pressure and then just power through the secondary to pick up. I mean, that's one of the better runs I've seen in a long time.
28-6, the score in favor of the East. Well on their way to the win here tonight as we're under 8.5 minutes to play in the game. 2 receivers left. It's Denson in the gun. He'll hand it off to Langan. Cuts back, shows some nice feet. Takes it across midfield, down to the 47. A gain of 7 on the carry for McCook's Alec Langan as the East continues to churn out the yardage here. Keep the football, keep the clock running, and start to demoralize this West team here down the stretch.
Absolutely. It makes those play calling duties pretty easy when you got a guy like Langdon making a jump stop in the middle of the pack there, cutting up field and picking you up 7-8 yards at the pop.
Basically midway through the fourth quarter on a hot night, the hammer like Langan's going to be tough to deal with for a defensive unit. Denson pulls it, flipped it out to the right side, and coming up, man, Alex Galindo's had a couple of big sticks up from his secondary spot.
Absolutely. I think the pressure from Galindo really prevented that from being a completion. It hit him in the hands, and Galindo had perfect timing, making a good contact with the receiver there.
7.5 to play in the game. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the East. They're in front 28-6. Carter Bowes from Southern Valley's thrown to his high school teammate Clayton Berry. One from 69 yards for a touchdown, and then Bowes added an extra yard to that number and made it a 70-yard touchdown run in the 3rd quarter. And now a handoff to Perez. He picks up the first with a gain of 6. Another fresh set of downs for the East squad. They've got it 1st and 10 at the West 40-yard line, ball between the hash marks.
Absolutely. On those first downs, that clock starts running again as soon as they set the change. It's demoralizing as a defense to just keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed back in a situation like this.
Denson will go under center for this snap, it appears. We'll see. Some confusion as far as the offensive set. Now we get a late timeout taken by the East. They had 3 or 4 guys unsure of what was going on. You'll get that with short preparation for an All-Star week. 6:56 to play, 4th quarter. Timeout on the field, 28-6. The lead for the
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's because it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Coming out of the timeout, a halfback pass attempt as the East goes to the trick bag. It was Perez from Elm Creek tossing it down the right side. The man of the night receiving for the East has been Clayton Berry, underthrown by Perez, and that'll make it 2nd down and 10.
Good coverage out there by Galindo. Didn't bite on the fake and maintained the coverage through the whole play.
6:50 to go here in regulation. 28-6 our score. And the East has controlled and basically dominated this football game tonight. Denson hands it to Elm Creek. Xavier Perez tackled on the play And that's Brannick on the stop.
He's had a good game tonight up front for him.
Brayton Brannick from Sandhill Stedford, 6'1", 275. A no gain on that second down snap. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the fourth. East in front, 28-6. It's Bose back in at quarterback for this passing down. Bose rolls left, throws back to his right. Got a man wide open off the fingertips. And Alec Langen, I think he just kind of stopped on his route by a step or two. Kept running, probably just in a better position to make an easier catch.
Absolutely, it was a great throw there, and Langdon out of the backfield. It looks, and he might have lost it in the lights or something. It looked like there was just a little change in direction about mid-flight of the ball.
Good call on the lights, possibly there.
You bet. This looked kind of odd the way that all transpired.
Of course, he is a fullback, 30 yards downfield in a pass route. I'm sure he didn't do much of that at McCook.
No, not at McCook, no.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, 28-6 our score. It's 4th down and long. And the East, even in plus territory here at the West 40-yard line, in front comfortably by 22 points. They'll take the delay of game. That'll give them an extra 5 yards of field to work with here when they decide to punt this football here in a moment on this next snap. MVP honors tonight looking pretty good, I would say, for Southern Valley quarterback for the East team, Carter Bose. He's thrown to his high school buddy Clayton Berry, a 70-yard touchdown run tacked on as well. Snap back, high, sidewinding punt, short, bounces it around the 20, hops forward for an extra yard or two, out of bounds at around the 18. So about a 27-yard punt depending on where they spot the football. West will get it back. 5:53 left in the football game tonight, and the lead is 28-6. It'll be Brett Hill again. As the quarterback for this drive. West will come out with 3 receivers to the left. Krutzinger on late. From Dundee County, Stratton at left guard. They've got 11. They're ready to go to work. Hill pump fakes. He'll toss it out to Ohio. Left flat. Good tackle over there coming up from the secondary. To put the hit on was Connor Schutz from Highline, from his outside linebacker spot, I should say. Good tackle by Schutz.
Another good work for Hill by working down his progressions and finding Ohio out in the flat. First option wasn't there, second option wasn't there, and Ohio is always a good option out in the flat.
5:20 to go in the game. Gain of just 2, though, on the completion. It's 2nd down and 8. The offense, it's been a struggle spot tonight for the West team. Just one scoring play. Hill to Hankey on 3rd and goal. A 4-yard touchdown pass. Hill on the money, and Zach Burke of Sydney. That ball got to his face mask, and you can't allow that incompletion.
And it seems like that's kind of been the story of the West drives, pretty productive drives that just end up stalling with a drop or a missed assignment up front. Just, they've been moved, they're moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just derails.
Yeah, just the one turnover on a fumbled kick return, and the defense allowed no points after that. Trips right, single receiver left. Ball inside the left hash mark, 5 minutes to play in the game. Hill pumps. Now he'll attack towards Fessler's area, left side, down around midfield, and that ball's incomplete. Coverage over there by Harold Pineda. He's played well in the secondary for the East tonight. He's from Lexington.
He sure has, coming up and run support and making big stops and not letting anybody behind him in the pass coverage.
So another 3 and out for the West. And at their own 20-yard line, they're not going to just throw the towel in here and willy-nilly go for it. They'll punt it again with Cole Fessler. Now they'll run a little bit of a trick play. It's Ohio running to the near side. Ohio trying to turn the corner. Looked like he wanted to throw the football downfield, possibly to Alex Galindo. Ohio tackled short of the line needed to pick up a first down. He got 5 on the carry on the fake punt. And now the East will have great starting field position at their own 25-yard line.
You know, one thing the East has done really well tonight is controlled the time of possession, not giving the West a lot of opportunities to come back and score.
They'll look for more of the same right now. After the fake punt came up short. Offensive unit back out for the West. It's Denson in at quarterback. They've kind of gone the 2-quarterback attack here in the second half. Used Bose a little bit on some of these passing downs here in the fourth quarter. The handoff goes to Lexington's Alex Ramos for the East. And well, you look up and didn't appear to be much, but he's got 6-7 on the carry.
Yep, that's the point in the game where we're getting is those 3-yard carries turn into 6, 7, 8-yard carries. And the West defensive front seven has played very well tonight. But this phase of the game, it's tough to keep those talented running backs contained.
Coley, Garou, Krutzinger, Hankey up front, they've all had impact plays throughout the night. I formation, handoff goes to Ramos. Ramos from the 19 down inside the 10 to the 5. He's across the goal line. Pay dirt for the second time tonight for Lexington's Alex Ramos.
Yeah, great play by Ramos there. He's been doing it all game, finding a seam, getting up to pay dirt, and a couple missed tackles by the West up at the line of scrimmage.
Alex Ramos, an 18-yard touchdown run. His second score of the night. Davies will come on to try to make it a perfect 5 for 5 on PATs. He's 0 for 1 on field goal attempts. We don't have a holder out here. That'll cause a problem. They'll run Bose on at the last minute. And Ramos late arriving as well for that up back spot to the left. Snap back. Hold is down, and Davies 5 for 5 on the extra points tonight. With 4:03 to go in the game, it's a runaway right now with the East in front of the West, 35-6. We're back after this 1 minute.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gearing, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
All East here today in Scottsbluff for West Nebraska All-Star Saturday, as you had the volleyball match won by the East 3-2. Would have been 3-0, but you play all 5. They won the first 3 sets today, and now the fellas in blue. Tony Mokiak, the offensive tackle, back deep to return the kick, and I get having some fun. Young man's going to play offensive line at Iowa Western. Took a shot in his knee right there. Glad he's up and okay, but
yeah, that tackler came in like a rocket right at the knees.
Man. Yeah, he's been over. Hoping he's all right. I'm sure he's fine, but Could have been dicey. He's taking a seat on the near side bench. West football, they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 20. And now it's Ahlstrom in and a pitch play. And they toss it out to Servando Diaz. Grant Ahlstrom now at quarterback from Sandhills Thedford, 6'3", 160. Passed for 831 yards last fall, ran for 148, combined for 19 touchdowns last year as a senior. Diaz loses 4 on the rushing attempt, 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Ahlstrom will take the snap. He'll look left, throw it that direction. On the catch, Servando Diaz, and he'll lose a couple of more yards on the play. Coming up defensively, Connor Schutz. And I believe from the secondary, maybe Denson arrived in there as well, but Schutz, the first defender to arrive, getting credit for the tackle. 3rd down and 15. Nothing doing for this offense for the guys in red tonight.
Absolutely. The East has a lot of speed and a lot of size, and they've really showcased that tonight.
2:45 to play in the game. 2 receivers to the right. Hankey in the slot. They'll hand it off. Running straight ahead is Shadron's Sawyer Haig. He'll take it to the 18-yard line, a pickup of 3. And that'll make it 4th down. And Cole Fessler comes on once again. He'll punt it away now for the West. 2:20 to go in the game.
Yeah, that East defense has not gone anywhere. They haven't let up and just flew around all over the place. Even the West was trying to get out on the edges there and nothing going.
Fessler boots it away. It bounces. That went off a red gunner down the field at around the 48, 49-yard line. I think they'll bring it back and mark it there as that was touched by the West team. Down to cover on the punt. 1st and 10 for the East. They've got it at the West 48-yard line with just under 2 minutes to play in the game. 35-6 our score, as the East has been in full control here tonight. Carter Bowes of Southern Valley, your leading candidate for offensive MVP. He's passed for 2 touchdowns, run for another. Alex Ramos has 2 rushing touchdowns. They'll toss it the East will this time to McCook's Alec Langen. Langen bulls his way forward across the 45 down to the 41-yard line, a gain of 7 for Alec Langen.
Yeah, this is the time of the game where a guy like Langen becomes invaluable. The way he can just add on those 5, 6, 7 yards and keep that clock running.
Which is exactly what the clock's doing right now. Under 1:30 to go in our contest here tonight. 43rd annual West Nebraska All-Star Volleyball. Earlier today, 37th annual volleyball earlier today. 43rd annual football game here tonight. I formation. It's Denson, fumbled snap. He falls on it, and it'll be no gain on the play. 3rd down, and 3, maybe 4 coming up for the East as we dip under 1 minute to go in the ball game. 35-6, all East here tonight.
Yeah, really an impressive performance defensively, offensively from the East. They have the speed, they have the size. It was really fun to watch both these teams play.
Denson from Broken Bow, under center. Langen serving now as the tailback in the I formation. Single receiver to each side. Denson, we had the fullback go the wrong way, so Denson will tuck it under the right arm, and he'll pick up 1 yard is all. And that might have been the final snap of the night as we've got 18 seconds to play in the ball game. And that is going to do it. Your final score for tonight's West Nebraska All-Star football game. emerges victorious in blowout fashion over the West. The final 35-6 here at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. We'll come back and start our post-game show after this
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned or redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
A convincing win for the East Football All-Star team tonight here at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff as they roll over the West by the final of 35-6. MVP awards are being handed out. No surprise on the offensive side of things. It's Southern Valley quarterback for the East, Carter Bowes. And on the defensive side of the football, taking home MVP honors, Carson Rohde from Sumner, Eddyville Miller for the East squad as well, 6'3", 265 along that defensive line. So a pair of East All-Stars with the offensive and defensive MVP awards for tonight. 35-6 the final score. Let's give you the scoring recap. East 35-6. Alex Ramos had 2 touchdowns tonight. He scored the first from 16 yards out with 4:19 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 after the Davies PAT. Second quarter now, 11:21 to play. Brett Hill to Zach Hankey. Scottsbluff to late in a 4-yard touchdown pass for the lone points of the night for the West team. They missed the 2-point conversion. It was 7-6 East after that West touchdown. Second quarter, under 30 seconds to play in the half. Carter Bowes goes to work to Clayton Berry. Both those guys from Southern Valley, 7 yards on the TD strike, 14-6 with another Alex Davies PAT. Minute 58, game action later. First minute and a half of the third quarter. Bowes to Berry, this time 69 yards for the 2 guys from Southern Valley. Davies, the PAT, 21-6. 3:49 left in the third. Bowes does it with his legs. A 70-yard touchdown run. Faked the handoff to Alec Langen of McCook. Pulled it, and away he went. Davies, the PAT, 28-6, and then to cap the scoring tonight in the fourth quarter with 4:03 left, it was Lexington's Alex Ramos, his second touchdown of the night, so he has the bookend scores tonight in the ball game. This one from 18 yards. Davies connected on all 5 of his PATs tonight, 35-6. That was your scoring recap here on the Rural Radio Network. We'll step away, come back with more. Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any